Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about what you are manifesting currently on your journey. So just take a moment to meditate with these cards and feel free to pause the video if you need to. Take as much time as you need, but just take a moment to Hello group 2 and welcome to your reading about what you are currently manifesting on your journey at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose here. This card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. So we're going to go ahead and take a look what we have here. And we have the Ten of Swords. So I'm definitely not going to lie. This card can be a little bit of a challenging energy to navigate, but this card is often associated with a great ending in our lives, and things in a lot of situations. This card can often represent a total destruction. It can represent a total ending, a moment of having a rock bottom point in your life. And this card also can definitely be interpreted in a positive way as well, because with every ending there's also a new beginning. I kind of see this as also related to the death card within the tarot as well. It's definitely a very similar principle, but it's possible that you definitely may have reached a breaking point in your life in some kind of context. And this could be the ending of a relationship, the ending of a career. This could also indicate losing a loved one. Or maybe I'm definitely not trying to say that this is what's going to happen to you, because it's going to be different for everyone. But maybe you are moving through a period of grief, of losing someone, or things just things just definitely haven't really been feeling like they've been going well. But this doesn't necessarily have to be what you're currently going through. It could be something that happened previously, or something that some kind of inevitable ending that's coming up for you in the near future. But I'm not trying to scare you or make this sound like it's super negative, but it definitely can be a challenging energy to navigate at times. And I want you to know that this definitely is not your permanent destination, and that you are going to move through this, and you're really being reborn like a phoenix from the ashes in a lot of ways. You are it's kind of like the death card as well, that death and that rebirth, that resurrection. And oftentimes things do have to end, so there can be a new beginning and a new brighter future for us to step into. And oftentimes this card is it's depicted by having a figure being stabbed by 10 different swords, and they're just at this rock bottom point, this breaking point, and things are coming to an ending. And it's a time of letting go, and of really having acceptance for that. But in a lot of ways, when we're at rock bottom, things, I mean, they really can't get much worse. So at that point, things can only go up from there, and things can only improve. So in a lot of ways, there's really nothing to fear. There's nothing to worry about, because things are only going to get better for you from this point forward. And I think that you're beginning to step back into your power, back into your sense of self-trust and worthiness, knowing that you do deserve the best that life has to offer. And in a lot of ways, I feel like the universe is bringing you to this point so you can really let go, and so you can detach yourself and move away from things that are no longer serving you in the long run for the overall greater path of your life, if that makes any sense. But I think you're getting to this point where you're releasing yourself from this old narrative. And I think that while this may be a period of grief, this may be a period of of deep pain for you in a lot of ways. I'm not trying to minimize that, but I think that you are that things can only get better from here, and that you are definitely on the right track of creating this beautiful new future for yourself, and that there is going to be a great level of healing and of resurrection and of rebirth in your life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get some more tarot cards here to get a little bit more information about what you're manifesting. Okay, so we had 3 more cards that wanted to come out here. The first card that we have is the 4 of Pentacles. We also have the King of Pentacles. And we also have the Hierophant. So this is definitely very interesting. Let me put this card over here. But I'll start by talking about the 4 of Pentacles here. So I think this may be a time as you're moving away from this previous chapter of things not necessarily going so well for you, of maybe reaching some kind of rock bottom point or breaking point of an ending, a big ending in your life. I think this is maybe a time of having to maybe be a little bit more conscious about your resources, being a little bit more conscious about saving money, about just being a little bit more conscious and thoughtful and deliberate about how you spread and ration your energy, if that makes sense. But I think this is maybe a time to save money, to plan for the future, to plan for how you are going to move forward. And I think, at least for right now, I think that might mean being a little bit more conscious about where you're spending money, where you are where you're releasing your energy, where you're kind of putting your energy, being a little bit more conscious about that. And yeah, just saving money, being deliberate and conscientious about your energetic resources, whether they be material or non-material resources. Just being a little bit more focused with your energy and conscientious about where you're putting your power and your focus as well. And we also have the King of Pentacles energy. So I feel like after leaving behind this period of hardship, this period of destruction in a lot of ways, and you've been deliberately and consciously focused on rationing your resources, of saving money, of making responsible and calculated choices, mature choices as well. I think that you're ultimately coming in, you're headed in a direction of great prosperity, great abundance, being the master over your material resources as well. And having good physical and mental health, feeling like you have that security, like you have that solid foundation, and just having that sense of faith and confidence within yourself as well to create this life that you want, and knowing that you've come such a long way, that it definitely hasn't been easy, and that you've had to really fight a lot of darkness within yourself as well, and to face some of the darkest aspects of life, and moving through those endings, and moving through those extremely difficult hardships as well. And I think you're really coming to that point of really enjoying the best that life has to offer in many ways, coming into your divine masculine energy, and being an authority over your life and an authority over your resources, and just having that sense of security and knowing that you deserve the best that life has to offer. And we also have the card here, the Hierophant from the Major Arcana. And this card is often associated with the zodiac sign of Taurus. So you may possibly have astrological natal placements within the sign of Taurus. But whether you do or not, it doesn't really matter. Just take this reading as it resonates, and that might just be something to take into consideration. But anyway, the Hierophant, it often represents being both either a student or a mentor in some kind of way, and often tapping into the wisdom of the elders, of the ancestors, of of following some kind of traditional path, and taking the wisdom and the knowledge and the expertise from those who have walked the path before you, in order to take some kind of knowledge and some wisdom from that, and to use it to um, embody those energies in your life in a productive and beautiful way that helps not only yourself but the collective. But anyway, this could be taking on the role of the student or the teacher or both, depending on whatever your situation is. But I think within this situation, I feel like you're really learning something new, and I feel like maybe in this situation you're kind of taking the role of the student, and maybe learning from someone who has dealt with a similar challenging experience, and maybe learning some kind of traditional esoteric wisdom that will help you learn how to handle things with a little bit more confidence and clarity, and to also maybe use some of this practical wisdom in your life in many different ways to help improve your situation, and to help you really reclaim that inner authority role within your life, to step back into your power. And I think by using the knowledge and the wisdom of the elders, of those who have walked the path before you, by incorporating that traditional wisdom and into your life in some kind of way that uplifts you, I think that this will definitely help raise you up to an even higher level of consciousness, and to help you really celebrate the larger energetic theme of what we're all going through, and how we have to sometimes navigate these extremely challenging situations, and have this kind of crisis or breaking point moment in our lives, and have a very challenging ending sometimes. But I think that you're beginning to reconnect with a greater level of deep wisdom, and maybe learning from those who have experienced something similar in their lives as well, and just incorporating that deeper esoteric wisdom, and maybe ancient wisdom as well, in a way that strengthens you and uplifts you. So I'm going to go ahead and get some Moonology cards from the Moonology Oracle to get a little bit more information about what you're manifesting. See what cards want to come out. So the first card that we have here is Full Moon in Taurus, Detoxify. And then we also have First Quarter Moon in Virgo, Assess the Situation. Okay, this is very interesting. And with this, I also just wanted to say we have like a double Taurus synchronicity here. But like I was saying, the sign of the card of the Hierophant is often associated with the astrological sign of Taurus. But you may have astrological placements in the sign of Taurus or Virgo as well. I just wanted to reiterate that again. But anyway, the full moons, these are a time of stepping into full embodiment, full illumination. Things are beginning to manifest, and the intentions that you've put forth out into the universe are beginning to manifest and to come into being. And the sign of Taurus is all about our connection to the earth, our connection to our fertility, our abundance, our ability to remain grounded and stable through times, through challenging times. And this card is asking you to detoxify. And I think this may be a sign that it's time to focus a bit more on your self-care, on how you are, and on how you are treating your body, your mind, and your spirit, on focusing on what kinds of energies you are consuming, and just making sure that what you are taking into your being is in alignment with that higher path of your greatest and your greatest good, and what is truly calling you on a soul level. I think this is asking you to make sure you're taking care of yourself and treating yourself with kindness and respect and dignity, and to distance yourself from any energetic influences that might be draining or depleting that ability to rise above these more dark or challenging energies, to allow yourself to be liberated, and to allow yourself to feel cleansed and to feel purified from the inside out. And I think that could definitely be related to making sure you're nourishing yourself with proper nutrition, and making sure that, I guess, reassessing the relationship that you have with what kinds of substances you may be using, making sure you're getting proper rest, meditation, time to de-stress, detoxify, and cleanse yourself in every possible way. But I think this is just a sign to nourish and care for yourself in every way possible, to treat yourself with kindness and dignity. And we also have the first quarter moon in Virgo. So with the first quarter moons, this is a time of things beginning to build an energetic momentum. Things are beginning to come into illumination, beginning to come into embodiment, and the intentions that you've the intentions that you've put forth out into the universe are beginning to slowly manifest, bit by bit, day by day, slowly but surely. And you are still having to put in that work and that effort towards manifesting these intentions, but I think they're really beginning to build in strength and, like I said, build in momentum. But the sign of Virgo, this is all about taking care of ourselves, about treating our bodies with kindness and respect, and attending to the details of life as well, getting down to the nitty-gritty, and taking care of our bodies, taking care of our minds, and also doing the things that we know need to be done, the things that might not necessarily be glamorous or enjoyable, but the little types of self-care that really help us get back to this King of Pentacles point, and help us really create this life of prosperity and of abundance, and help us fortify that solid foundation within our lives. And this card asks us to assess the situation. So I think this is really coming back to this moment of clarity, this moment of really releasing ourselves from the past, from the old narratives, releasing ourselves from this point where we may have felt powerless, where we may have come to this rock bottom point and may have felt like things couldn't get any worse. But I think I feel like now we are beginning to rise above and beginning to transform and transmute these lower vibrational energies, and really be honest with ourselves about the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we treat ourselves, the energies that we consume, and the energies that we embody also, and making sure that we have those proper and solid boundaries in place. So we are ensuring that we are being treated with respect, love, and dignity as well within our external relationships, reevaluating our relationships not only to ourselves but with others, and making sure that we're showing up for ourselves with love and kindness, and attending to those nitty-gritty details, and maybe doing those practical forms of self-care that aren't always fun or glamorous, like I was saying, but checking those things off the to-do list. I just had the visualization of maybe calling customer service about something that maybe it's something that you really have been dreading doing, but there's something that really needs to be taken care of, and you have to reach out, maybe calling customer service, or maybe doing something that's a little bit anxiety inducing, a little bit frustrating, but there's just kind of those practical everyday things that need to get done so we can continue to move forward and continue to manifest that dream for our lives and to step back into our power. So assessing the situation, tuning in with your inner soul, tuning into that intuition, that inner knowing within yourself. And I think that you know what needs to be done. It's just a matter of taking action, of being deliberate and decisive, and just doing the work. I think that's going to be something to definitely take into consideration within this reading. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get a couple cards from the Woodland Wardens deck. See what else is coming up for you, what you are currently manifesting within your situation. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the dragonfly and the pansy, balance. Okay, and we also have the turtle and coriander, satisfaction. Okay, I hope you can see these cards. I did just want to mention, I did actually get this card in the first group as well. I don't know if you may possibly have been drawn to that group, but if so, it might be worth considering maybe watching that group 1 reading as well if you feel called to it. But I'll go ahead and read the descriptions of these cards here, and then I'll tie it back in with the overall energy and message of the reading. Okay, the dragonfly and pansy, balance. Perching with a delicate grace, the dragonfly is a symbol of balance. Nimble and attuned as a dancer, it moves effortlessly through the air, shifting direction with ease. Pansies are named for the French word pensée, meaning thought, and were given by the Victorians as tokens of thoughtfulness. Together, the dragonfly and pansy indicate a harmony of thought and action. Like a dragonfly hovering above water, you are healthy and confident. Your physical skill is matched by your mental and emotional strength. Is my attention shared among my various interests and endeavors, or do I tend to favor just one? Am I satisfied by how I spend my time and energy? How can I build more balance into my life? So I think that this is very interesting, and I feel like it's like this idea of balance it's definitely very much connected to this idea and this energy of the Four of Pentacles as well. Finding that balance within your situation, and really balancing how you are distributing your time, energy, and resources. Maybe being a little bit more diligent and deliberate, and being a little bit more restrained about saving money, about rationing that time, energy, and those resources in a better kind of way. But I think it's coming back into balance. Maybe this has to do with balancing the internal and the external, the masculine and feminine energies within you. This could be interpreted in many different ways, but I think you're balancing the past and the future as well. Maybe coming from this place of total annihilation, total destruction, or feeling like you've reached a rock bottom point, and then after that, putting in that hard work, doing taking that deliberate action to take care of yourself and to cleanse yourself of these more draining energetic influences, saving your time, your money, and your energy, working hard, and really coming back into this point of being the master of your life, the master of your resources, and the authority over your life as well. So just finding that balance and knowing that you have what it takes and that you ultimately will come out better on the other side after all of this. Okay, and then the next card that we have is the Turtle and Coriander, Satisfaction. The Turtle and Coriander calls us to be satisfied with what we have been given or what we have achieved. It invites a moment of rest and reflection. Perhaps due to Aesop's fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, turtles are symbols of patience and good health. In this folk tale, the slow but determined tortoise wins its race against the speedy but distracted rabbit. The turtle triumphs by pacing himself, illustrating the virtue of slow and steady wins the race. Similarly, in the Victorian language of flowers, coriander indicates concealed worth, reminding us that things may not always be as they appear. In other words, a dedicated tortoise who puts in the work can achieve just as much as, if not more, than the swiftest rabbit. Slow down and enjoy the journey. Avoid rushing towards your goals for the sake of winning. Arrive in your own time. What in my life brings me satisfaction? Have I taken time to express gratitude for what I have? Am I rushing things or honoring my own pace? So I think this is a very, very powerful card, and I think this is really asking you to have that sense of satisfaction, to have that sense of gratitude for what you have already achieved. And even if things aren't necessarily where you want them to be, just know that things are headed in a better direction, and that no hardship is going to last forever, that you have that strength, and you have, I think you also are cultivating a greater level of patience and persistence to kind of take those slow, practical, methodical steps in order to improve your life in every possible way. Not only finding greater balance and greater harmony, but finding that patience and also having that satisfaction, having that gratitude to realize that even when things seem to be at their absolute worst, there's always something to be grateful for. There are already so many blessings around you and available for you. I mean, when things feel like they're at a complete point of destruction, of a complete ending, and when things may feel hopeless, I think it's important to really to come back to that point of stillness, that point of centeredness, and also to have gratitude that we even exist. And the fact that you even exist is in itself a divine miracle. It's something to be incredibly grateful for. And the fact that you exist within this universe is really proof that you have a very powerful and special purpose here, that this did not happen by accident, that this is something that is, the chances of you existing are astronomically minimal. And like I said, it's a profound and a divine miracle that we even exist here within this universe. So when you can't feel grateful for anything else, at least feel grateful for that, and to have faith, and to have that knowing that you're part of something much bigger, something much greater, and that things are going to improve, that this is all part of the journey, it's all part of the lesson, all part of the growth, and you're developing a greater level of wisdom and strength, and that this is all, like I said, it's all going to be worth it, and that you'll know when you arrive to this new point within the timeline of your journey, that things are going to make a lot more sense, I feel. And I think you're going to understand why things had to happen the way that they did, even if it felt unbearable during that time when it was happening. But I think you're going to come out of this with even greater satisfaction and greater trust within yourself and within your journey and within spirit as well. Now I'm going to finish this reading by getting a few cards from our Work Your Light Oracle deck. We're going to go ahead and see what else you are manifesting. All right. So the first card that we have is Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? And we also have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Okay. I will just say that this really reminds me of the High Priestess card within the tarot as well. So I don't know if you may resonate with that, with the symbol of that card, but that might be something to take into consideration. But I'm going to go ahead and read the descriptions of these cards here to get a little bit more insight and information. So let's see here. Okay. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? The priestess is a teacher, dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate your power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward too. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is in your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life, you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. They may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks and the struggles, the peaks and the trials. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? So this is a very beautiful, energetic theme here, and I feel like this priestess card, this idea of the leader and finding your tribe, those like-minded individuals, I feel like it's kind of connected with this this Hierophant card as well, finding that mentor, that teacher, that maybe that person, that elder who has navigated a similar situation and who has a lot in common with you in a lot of ways. Maybe they're on a similar path, and maybe by finding that member of your tribe, they are ultimately helping you step into that leadership role to become the inner authority of your life, and to help others along the way as well. To like it was saying also, that you don't have to be perfect, that you may have experienced these very challenging situations, and in knowing that and in accepting that, and by also being honest and upfront about that with others as well, I think it's also going to show them that, you know, it's okay not to be perfect, and that we are all in this together and working through our own struggles, our own challenges, and that I think it's something that's ultimately going to bring you together with others, and maybe help you learn from others and help others learn from you as well, as you step into your power and you learn to embody your gifts at an even greater level. And the final card that we have is Imrama. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Where are you being called to journey to? So we're going to go ahead and read the description from this as well. Okay. So, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a journey or already are on one. It could be a physical, ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called across the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart, follow the invisible soul trail, and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place, or perhaps you're being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. So this is very interesting, and I think you really are beginning to embrace this idea that you are on this journey, and that the journey is something that never ends. And I personally believe it even extends even beyond this singular lifetime. And I think that you're still in the process of figuring things out. And I think that by embracing the mystery of it all, and by embracing the uncertainty, and also celebrating how far you've come, but also recognizing how far you still have to go, I think you're simultaneously the teacher and the student, the beginner and the master. And it's something that is still kind of moving through you, and it's something that is moving through you, and that is moving towards you, but it's also something that you're leaving behind as well. You're leaving the past behind and journeying into a new beginning, and you're still kind of figuring things out as you go, I feel, but I think that's completely okay. And this might be a time for you to really take a step away. And this journey, like it said, it could be a physical journey or it could be metaphoric. It could even be a journey within, perhaps some kind of shamanic journey as well, venturing into the innermost depths of your being and really uncovering some of the darker aspects of yourself, and doing that deep shadow work. That could definitely be part of the journey for you as well. But this could also be, like it said, going to a sacred site, going to a place that feels that it is in energetic resonance with you. And I think this could also have to do with studying those ancient esoteric practices, learning that about the ancient wisdom, and something that may have something to do with this Hierophant archetype as well. But however this resonates with you, I think that you'll know how to go about incorporating and integrating this into your inner sense of being. And as you are learning to overcome and learning how to incorporate the lessons of the more challenging aspects of life in your way that is positive and healing and beneficial for you. So group 2, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, and I wanted to thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if this reading resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Also, if you'd like to help support both me and this channel further, I will leave some information in the description as well if you would like to leave a tip. But I just wanted to say that it's something that's never expected, but it's always very much appreciated. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading about what you are currently manifesting and what is coming up for you within your within your journey at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose here. This card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. So let's take a look. You have the Page of Pentacles. So this card, it often is representative of greater developing your relationship to abundance and growing your sense of abundance within this life. And I kind of see this as being representative of a youthful kind of energy as well. This card could indicate your relationship that you had to money and finances growing up, and it's something that's still being cultivated and something that's maturing and continuously evolving in a way as well. And I kind of see this as something that's expanding within you, and it's something that you're still working towards. This card can oftentimes represent coming into achieving a greater level of financial success, but it's something that's still growing. It's still being built upon. This is kind of these are kind of the first initial steps in order to obtain and in order to manifest that greater goal of financial stability and prosperity for the long term. I kind of see this as more of like short-term success, or a little bit more of an undeveloped or immature kind of energetic relationship to of abundance and the material world. But this isn't necessarily to say that you're immature or that you don't know how to handle your finances. But I kind of see this as something it's still maturing, it's still growing, it's still expanding, and there's still a bit more work to be done. But you're definitely on the right track, and you're definitely beginning a new, brighter future for yourself in all kinds of ways. But I think that you're really taking this new opportunity to really push forth and to keep growing and to keep expanding on what you're already doing. And this could also kind of be related to maybe going back to school or beginning a new career path. Just taking a new opportunity that will ultimately help you greater achieve your level of abundance and success in your life, and provide you with a solid foundation and a solid structure to build upon even further, if that makes any sense. But I think you're still growing, expanding, and you're still learning on this journey. And there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I think you definitely have a very strong inner child within your energy as well. And I think it's something that needs to be respected and nurtured, because I think that maybe for some of you it's possible that maybe you didn't really have a lot of secure abundance growing up, maybe financially, maybe money was always tight, and maybe now you're at this point where you are wanting to create a bit more for your life and wanting to really create a kind of like a legacy for yourself, if that makes any sense. Maybe you're not quite at that point yet, but you're kind of starting to think about what you want to develop for the long term and what it's going to require you to do in order to obtain that, and what practical steps need to be taken in order to act with a bit more maturity and to see things through with the long-term goals in mind. But I think that you're definitely on the right track, and you're definitely headed in the direction of manifesting a very, very beautiful and very prosperous life for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more tarot cards here as well to get a little bit more information about what you're currently manifesting, what's coming up for you right now. Just want to see what wants to come out here. So we had 3 cards that wanted to be revealed. The first card that we have here, this is the 8 of Swords. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. And we also have the Emperor. Okay, very interesting. So with the Eight of Swords, I feel like maybe in some ways, this card can often be representative of feeling trapped, feeling imprisoned in some kind of situation, feeling powerless. And I think maybe in the past, maybe when you were younger, maybe you felt that your current situation was the only way that you were ever going to be able to live. Maybe you didn't come from a very maybe you came from a background where you didn't really have a lot of financial abundance. Maybe you felt worried that you were always going to be trapped in that kind of lifestyle. Maybe you felt that you were never going to be able to be successful or be able to have to have wealth, to have security, to feel to feel like you are being nurtured by the universe. And maybe that caused a bit of uncertainty and fear to arise within you. And I think this card is really asking you to release yourself and to free yourself from these illusions, from these stories from the past, and to know that these feelings of imprisonment, of feeling trapped or stuck, that this is it's all an illusion, and it's something that you can walk away from, that you can free yourself from. But it's definitely going to require a bit of self of self awareness, of faith in yourself, also that you have what it takes in order to create a new life and a greater level of abundance, of freedom as well, of freeing yourself from these old narratives, from these old stories that you may have told yourself, and maybe your family or your community had told you or kind of imposed upon you in some kind of way. But I feel like you're releasing yourself from the past, releasing yourself from the old stories, from the self doubt, and um, really, really taking care of your inner child, and realizing that you are embarking on a new path, and you are slowly but surely strengthening and expanding your level of self trust and self accountability, and knowing that you have everything it takes to create this new future for yourself, and that it's not going to happen overnight, that it will require a bit of patience and persistence, but you can definitely free yourself from these stories of not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, not feeling capable, that it's ultimately all an illusion, and that it's most likely it's just going to take a bit more time for you to be able to see the results, and to be able to harvest the fruits of your labors. But I think you are definitely headed in the right direction, and I think you are headed into a new life filled with great prosperity and great success and great happiness and fulfillment. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles as well, which is just kind of building upon this page of Pentacles energy. And I think you're going from being a kitten to being a cat, and things are beginning to develop and grow and expand at an even greater and deeper level. And I think you really are kind of maturing and stepping into your power and creating and manifesting even greater abundance for yourself, and having having a bit more luxury, having a bit more security and calmness, groundedness, and nourishing and nurturing yourself, kind of tapping into that mothering energy. And whether you are an actual mother or not, it's just kind of embodying that energy, and holding that space for not only yourself but maybe for others as well, and providing that security, that foundation, and just having that sense of being assured within the beauty and the life and the success that you've been cultivating, knowing that you deserve it, and knowing that it hasn't been easy, and that these things, they do require patience, dedication, and hard work in order to manifest them. And we also have the Emperor here as well. And the Emperor is often associated with Aries energy. So you could possibly have astrological placements within the sign of Aries, but whether you do or not, it doesn't really matter. Just take this as it resonates, and it just might be something to take into consideration. But the card of the Emperor, this is a very powerful major arcana card, and this is really stepping into your energy of being the inner authority of your life and taking your power back, calling your power back, stepping into action, and having that confidence that you do have what it takes in order to create this life that you want, and to, like I was saying, being the ruler of your life, being the authority of your life. And this could also involve your relationship to divine masculine energy, to father energy. I kind of feel like we have this mother and this father energy here, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. But I feel like it's a very gentle and loving masculine energy, and I think ultimately this could have something to do with your relationship to perhaps to your father, or some kind of masculine energy. Maybe you have a lot of masculine energy within you as well. But like I said, take this as it resonates with you. But this is ultimately asking you to come back to that, come back to your inner knowing of what you deserve in this life, and that you can take control of your situation as well, within a certain extent, I guess you could say, because ultimately we can't control everything in this life, but we can control how we respond to certain situations, and the type of energy that we choose to embody. And I think this is really taking your power back, and really knowing and trusting that this beautiful future is going to come into manifestation, and that you're really creating this for yourself, and taking control of your finances, taking control of how you show up in the world, and having the confidence, and having the security, and that trust within yourself to really go for it, and um, to, like I said, to know that you have what it takes, and that you're continuing to show up, to put in the work, and that you are becoming the authority over your own life in the best and most beautiful possible way. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cards from our Moonology Oracle deck here to see what else is coming up for you, what else you're manifesting during this time. Okay, so I got a couple cards from this deck here. And the first card that we have is the full moon in Leo, go wild. Put this here. And then we also have last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this card first, this last quarter moon in Cancer. And so I'll make sure that you can see it here, but it asks you to take a breather. Also, I just wanted to mention that you may have astrological placements within the signs of Cancer or Leo. But the last quarter moons, this is a time of release. This is a time of letting go and allowing ourselves to have gratitude for what we've manifested during the previous part of the lunar cycle, but also clearing away that space, creating that emptiness and that void in order for us to begin a new chapter, for us to create a new beginning for ourselves with the new cycle. And the sign of Cancer is all about tuning into our inner mother, tuning into our intuition and into our emotions as well, allowing ourselves to feel deeply and to take care of ourselves, to nurture ourselves, nourish ourselves, and to be there for others when we feel like we can as well. So this card asks us to take a breather, to take a moment of pause, to take a moment to take a deep breath, to slow down, and to let ourselves really feel into what is coming up for us, and to maybe assess those stories that we've told ourselves that have left us feeling trapped, imprisoned. What perhaps what kinds of relationship dynamics lead to these feelings of feeling trapped or feeling stuck in some kind of way. It doesn't necessarily have to do with a relationship, but it definitely could, depending on your situation. But I think this is asking you to take a moment of pause and to really have that deep reflection, that deep introspection about what it is that you truly need. Are those needs being met? Are those needs being met? Or is there something that you can do to show up more fully and to give yourself what you need to assert your boundaries in a healthier way, to where you ask for what you need in relationships, and you show up for yourself and respect yourself and give yourself that time to really assess how you are truly feeling about the situation. And we also have the full moon in Leo here. And the full moons, these are a time of full illumination, full embodiment. Things are beginning to manifest. Those intentions that you put forth out into the universe are beginning to come to be. And the sign of Leo, this is all about stepping into our power, stepping into our confidence, and shining our light brightly from the heart space out into the world, out into the cosmos, and into the collective, to really to own our power, to own our sense of self. And this card, it says to go wild. So I kind of feel like this is really stepping into your powers, taking action. This is very much Emperor energy, being bold, being proud of how far you've come also, and knowing, like I said, knowing that you have what it takes to create any kind of life that you want. That yes, it's going to require hard work, patience, and grounded practical steps, but that you are very much capable. And if you remain dedicated, confident, and persistent, that this is going to be something that is going to manifest for you in the most powerful and beautiful, radiant possible way. And I think that you are creating so much abundance and so much power and so much connection in your life. And I think that this is really a time to own your energy and to walk in your light and to shine that bright light for the world to see, and that you have a very special and powerful, unique gift. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card or two from our Woodland Warden's deck to get a little bit more insight here as to what you are currently manifesting. See if we can get a card or two. Okay, so the first card that we have is the Fox and Ivy, Adaptability. And then our next card that we have is the Martin and Foxglove, Mischief. It's kind of cute. Okay, so I'm going to read the descriptions of these cards from the book to get a little bit more information here. Okay, so we have the Fox and Ivy, Adaptability. Foxes are cunning, quick thinking, and clever. When paired with ivy, a hardy plant that flourishes even in harsh environments, the fox reminds us to apply our cleverness towards adaptability. Allow the fox's ingenuity to guide you. Nimbleness and adaptability will suit you well in your endeavors. Do I feel stuck? How can I adapt to changes in my life? So I think this is very interesting. And honestly, I kind of feel, how it asks you if you feel stuck. I think this is very much related to this this Eight of Swords energy as well. Asking yourself, what stories have you told yourself that may have held you back, and allowing yourself to really be be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more adaptable in the way that you go about reframing certain thoughts, if that makes any sense. To be a little bit more, be I'm not saying that you're not clever, but to be a little bit more, I don't know, a little lighter on your feet, a little bit more, maybe a little bit more mischievous. I feel like these energies are kind of similar. The fox energy and this martin energy, like a little weasel or something. I think they're very, very mischievous little critters, and they're very, very quick thinking, very cunning. And I think that that they that that the fox, that they know how to handle the challenges when they come, that they don't second guess themselves, they don't doubt themselves, they know that they'll be able to act accordingly to whatever situation arises. And I think that they have that adaptability. They're flexible. They have that mutable energy about them. And I think this is really asking you to maybe think outside the box a little bit, and that could have to do with whatever kind of goal you're working towards. But maybe to think a little bit outside the box, to be a little bit more daring in certain kinds of instances. Not necessarily reckless, but to maybe take a chance and to, like I said, to think outside the box, to draw outside the lines, and use your knowledge and your skills to work in your favor, and to maybe be a little bit more flexible and open-minded to different options, and using your resources in a little bit more of a creative way, if that makes sense, and releasing yourselves from the old stories that you told yourself about what you deserve to have, what you're capable of, and what you can achieve in this life. And to know that you can handle the challenges as it comes, and that you have everything that it takes. Okay, so the next card is the Martin and Foxglove, Mischief. The Martin and Foxglove represents the archetypal trickster, the light-hearted mischief maker, the lover of chaos and spontaneousness. Martins are a type of weasel known for their curiosity, quick movements, and occasional aggression. Romanian folklore tells us of martins playing tricks on horses, braiding their manes in the night so they wake to a tangled mess of hair in the morning. And foxgloves are said to be the homes of fairies, another elusive and mischievous creature. For this reason, they are associated with riddles and secrecy. Pay attention to opportunities for spontaneousness, travel, and playfulness. A bit of lighthearted mischief, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone, can be healthy. Do I embrace spontaneousness? Can I learn to let go and make room in my life for more adventure? I think this is very interesting, and like I was saying, it kind of goes back to that idea of being a little bit more flexible, being a little bit more lighthearted and open to newness, of being open to change, and just exploring new possibilities and new creative endeavors, and maybe having a little fun, maybe being kind of getting into that lighthearted sort of prankster energy also. And like it said, as long as it's not hurting anyone, then that's completely okay. And I think it's time to maybe not necessarily take life so seriously sometimes, and to just be a little more open, a little bit more fluid, and just kind of embrace the currents of life sometimes, and be a little bit more playful, and a little bit more open as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the reading by getting a few cards from our Work Your Light Oracle deck to get a little bit more further guidance and information as well. Give these a little shuffle. Okay, so the first card that we have here is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. And then we also have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So I'm going to make sure you can see these. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read these from these descriptions from the book to get a little bit more guidance here. So you have pillar of light. Okay. So your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You are heaven and earth in perfect expression, a conduit for the light of the heavens to the earth. You are the rainbow bridge. Take time to meditate. Imagine yourself as a pillar of light, connecting the light of the heavens above with the earth. As the light shines through each of your chakras, you activate the rainbow bridge that many ancient scriptures speak about, raising your vibration and the vibration of the planet, linking the higher realms to the cosmos, guides, angels, and spirit with the ancient wisdom keepers and beings of planet Earth. They dance together through you. They sing together through you. Without your body, voice, and creations, neither can be expressed. For too long, we've been taught God is outside of us, giving our power away to angels and spirit guides. But without you, they do not have a voice. You are the oracle. Do not look for guidance outside, for you hold all the wisdom of the entire universe in the portal of your heart, in every cell of your body. Do not see the angels and guides as above you, for without you, they have no way of communicating. You are the oracle. You are the rainbow bridge. You are the pillar of light. I allow the light of the heavens and the light of the earth to flow through me now. I activate the codes of remembering within my cells and chakras. I activate my system as a rainbow bridge between heaven and earth. So this is an extremely powerful energy here, and I really kind of see this as you stepping back into your power, stepping back into that sense of inner knowing that you are connected to source, you are connected to the greater cosmic collective consciousness, and I always come back to this this metaphor of you are playing your own unique note within the symphony, within the orchestra of the universe, of the cosmos, and you are part of the whole. You are part of the collective beauty, and something that's unspeakable, something that you can't even articulate. It's something ineffable, and it's that great mystery of existence, and you are a very important part of that mystery, and an important part of spirit itself. The connection, you are that bridge that connects the different dimensions to one another, and how those higher dimensions and those higher dimensional beings express themselves within the 3D reality. And if you allow yourself to be open and keep your energetic field cleansed and pure, you're allowing those vibrations to express themselves through you, to channel through you, and being that connection, and knowing that you are worthy, and you have your own unique gifts and your own special purpose within this life, in order to bridge the gap, in order to connect the dimensions, and to allow the spirits, the angels, whatever you want to call them, to allow those beings to communicate with this plane of existence. And we all are important. We all have a part to play, and I feel that really no one is better or worse. We all are just on our own unique journeys, and all we can do is our best with what we've been given, and all we can do is our best with the cards that we've been given, which is kind of a funny expression since we're having this reading. But anyway, yeah, but I think that you are reaching a point of embodying this higher frequency, and connecting the bridge, connecting the different dimensions, and allowing yourself to be that channel, and to be that vessel that expresses and embodies the intentions and the love of the greater spiritual source and divine connection. And then the final card that we have here is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So we're going to go ahead and read this description as well. Okay. Things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. As you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and fall away. You're being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents destruction and transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. And Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening, healing at the deepest of levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your self-care routine or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You are deeply loved. So this is very, very beautiful. And I think that this is really, really just coming back to this idea of healing from the past, of healing from these destructive stories and these narratives here with this Eight of Swords, healing from those old destructive patterns and feeling trapped in the old ways of being and the old multi-generational traumas that you've experienced perhaps as well, and coming back to this place of growth, back to this place of expansion, of knowing that you deserve to live a beautiful life and to create the life of your dreams and to have that abundance, that success, that feeling of groundedness and security in your life, and nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself, supporting yourself, and balancing those masculine and feminine energies as well. Becoming the inner authority of your life and allowing that transformation to take place, from going to a place of powerlessness to feeling that you are in charge of your life, that you can handle the challenges as they come to you, and allowing these things to change slowly but surely, and maybe even reaching out for some kind of external support as well, some kind of energetic healer, or maybe working through therapy or doing some kind of healing practice that assists you in working through this transformation and coming out on the other side with even greater strength and wisdom and power, and having that gentleness and that compassion for yourself as well, knowing that things aren't always easy, and sometimes we just have to take a moment of pause and release, but also knowing that the time will come again where we step back into our power and our full embodiment, full illumination, and knowing that we're on this journey for a reason and that we have a very important purpose here, and that you have a very special and unique gift to offer this world and to offer the collective, and to let your heart and to let your light shine brightly, because it's very much needed, and it's something that we can't get from anyone else, and only you will know what that is, and only you will know what's right for you and what's best for you on this journey. So I'm going to end your reading here, Group 3, and I wanted to thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if you resonated with this reading, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Also, if If you'd like to help support me in this channel further, please consider leaving a tip if you feel called to do so. I'll leave the information of how to do that in the description, but I also just wanted to say that it's something that's never expected, but it's very much appreciated. And I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much.